here's what we're making today. The banana hammock beauty bag from Sincerely Jen. I chose vinyl for the outside, 2 pieces of vinyl, and then I chose Ottertex for the lining. It is a bound bag. So, all right, let's go over the pattern pieces. Hi everybody, this is Barbara Jeannie's Designs, and I'm getting ready to do a free pattern from Sincerely Jen. It is called the Banana Hammock Beauty Bag. I was kind of looking for something easy to do after doing those 4, I just recently did 4 zip around wallets, and for me, they're not hard, they're not challenging, but they're time consuming. So I was kind of looking for something easy that I could do today on a Monday morning. So it is the Sincerely Jen Pattern Company Banana Hammock Beauty Bag. There's the bag. And there's only not very many pieces, really. So there's 2 of the gusset, I guess. 1 exterior, which is black, and then 1 interior. And I did not have enough to do 1 long piece, so I just cut an extra little thing in the middle and sewed it together. So there's 2 of those, 1 interior, 1 exterior. There are 2 lining pieces. This is Ottertex waterproof canvas, so I am not interfacing, no foam, no nothing. It's heavy enough. And then for the outside, I'm using this batik from Into Love Creations. Again, no interfacing. It's just absolutely beautiful. And then the handle. And then there's a little tab that you hold on to. And then it is a bound bag. I think it's an easy bound bag. So again, I didn't have a lot to make 1 full strip. So I'm just gonna sew all these pieces together to make 1 binding piece since I didn't have enough. So that's it. Oh, and my zipper and a zipper pull. And I'm using number 5. That's all there is to it. I think this will be, and I'm using variegated thread today. So let me turn the camera around and let's get started. All right, so I have my handle here and we're just gonna fold that in the middle. And I didn't have of this. My piece wasn't quite as wide as she calls for in the pattern, but it's a handle for a beauty bag, so I think it'll be fine. So I just folded that in half, and then I'm gonna fold it again and top stitch. I oiled my machine and did a little maintenance, and it is purring. I love it. All right, so there's my handle. And, excuse me. I didn't even read over the directions. I probably should have. Okay. So on our outside, we're going to put our zipper on, and we're going to put it on right sides down. And my zipper is too long, and I did that on purpose. Let me get these out of the way. And I'm actually going to sew this together in one sew with my lining. So there's my outside, and my zipper's right side down. And I'm going to take my lining and put it right side down on top of the zipper. And then we'll sew our full seam allowance I have a really big zipper pull, so I'm gonna try and pull that way off here without, if I pull it off, not a big deal, just put it back on. It'd probably be easier actually to do it without the zipper pull on. There we go. All right, let's sew that together. I have to tell you something funny. I don't know why I watched this video, but I did just this weekend on how to use my fabricator. You know, I think it's always a good idea to go and look at those videos. I've only had this machine, I guess it's been 1.5 years now. But I went and looked, and oh, you guys, I have been threading it wrong. Now, it was working fine the way I did it, but I had been threading one little part wrong all this time. Now, I may have done it right in the beginning. I don't know. And it's working a lot better. It's not as tight. And I'm like, oh my gosh, sometimes I just wonder about myself. So I just had to tell on myself. I did a good oiling and cleaning, and so she's purring now. All right, we're just turn those wrong sides together, and we're top stitching. That light is shaking. I don't know why. Guys, do you ever do things and you just have to crack yourself up? I mean, I didn't even tell my husband. He wouldn't care, and I'm not embarrassed to tell him, but because he'd laugh at me. But I just thought, oh my gosh. All right, let's put this other piece on. And at this point, you could do centers. I am just actually lining up the sides of my pieces to make sure I'm getting it on there evenly. Yeah. Okay, and then same thing, put your lining right sides together. Oh gosh. I don't know why it tickled me so much, but it certainly did. Okay, now let's sew that on with our full seam allowance. I'm going to try this. I'm going to see how this goes since I've never made it before. This would actually be a cute bag for, I mean, it's billed as a cosmetic bag, but it might be cute with clear vinyl. I don't know if anybody's made it with clear vinyl or not, but it's good. Okay, I'm going to put my tag on here real quick before I do anything else. get it out of the little baggie. And I think I'll just put it centered. Let me just center this real quick. I don't know what it is. If you've not done any of Sincerely Jen's patterns, she has great patterns and really good instructions. So I would encourage you to try them. This is a great one because it's free. So I always use a piece of, especially when I don't have any interfacing on it, I use a piece of Decaville Heavy. And then I'll cover the prongs with a piece of Decaville Light, or sometimes I use a piece of double-sided tape and just leave the paper on. This is very pliable vinyl, so I'm going to be very careful how I do use my X-Acto knife. Okay, beautiful. You know, I splurged this year and got some metal tags. I mean, honestly, the setup fee is probably the worst part of it, and it really wasn't that bad. And I got them from Alibaba. And it was really a pretty smooth process, I have to say. I was kind of surprised. There's a million people out there on Alibaba that do it. And people have asked me for who I use. I'm not really ready to give who I use because I want to do another order and see how that goes. Okay, there's my tag. All right, let's pull these together and do a little top stitching. So I think if I make it, I'm not ready to make a second order. I mean, my second order is going to be some different colors. But I'm actually getting low on my tags from Heartland Hide. So I'm going to have to order some more of those. And, you know, I use both. I don't always use my metal tags, but partly that's because I only have them in 2 colors. I only have them in nickel and rainbow. All right, let's top stitch. Okay. You know, purple and pink and this color, this aqua teal, beautiful color, are my favorite colors. I mean, I just love them. Okay. All right, what's next, Jen? I think we're gonna, yeah. We're gonna add our tab. Where's my little tab? And I just put, this is a 3" by 1" piece. And I did not, it's not really quite 3" 1". So let me trim it up. I didn't double it up or anything. It's vinyl, it'll be fine. So we're gonna put that on this end opposite the zipper pull. Oops. And I'm just gonna baste that in place. Oh, there went my pieces. And I got my thread caught down there. That was my fault. Let me fix that. Hold on. Okay. That was my boo-boo. All right, now we're just going to baste these together all the way around. Wrong sides together. Make sure your zipper pull is pulled in. I don't know if you can see my light back there. Bouncing like crazy. I don't know why. It may have done it all along, but I don't remember it doing that. All right, let's just make sure we caught it all the way around. Let's cut off our excess zipper. And burn that. All right. I think for me, the next thing is I'm going to put all my binding together. And you just take 2 right sides, put those together, leave a little bit on each end, and sew down at a diagonal. If you feel like clipping them, you can. I usually don't. And then I'll just cut off the excess. You always have little tabs on the end here. And there you go. And I'm going to do that for all of them because I have a bunch. So I'll do that on fast forward. All right, so take your handle piece, and from the pattern, she gives you where this should go on your exterior. And it will bow. It's bigger than the pattern piece, which is what you want. And for my handle, I just chose the best side, and then we're gonna baste those in place. I just noticed there's a tiny little tear right there. And what do I do for that? I just put a little tiny piece of double-sided tape right there. You never know it's there. I don't know. This was a black piece of scrap that I had. And I didn't look it over real good. I'll obviously. This is really actually a good scrap buster pattern too. All right, so there you, and your handle should bow a little, just like that. And now we're going to take our lining and our exterior and put those wrong sides together and base those in place. And I think I did pretty good because I had to, let me see. Yeah, not bad. I think my, yeah, no, it's fine. Sorry, I'm talking to myself. Not good, Barb, not good. Yeah, and just base those together. Remember, this is a bound bag. Okay. Oops, I think I'm gonna do it from this side. Well, no, I'll do it from this side. Sorry. Very indecisive today, Barb. I just can't believe how smooth my thread is now that I actually threaded it correctly. All right, I missed a little bit right here, and that's because my piece is a little short. I think it'll be fine because I think we have a hefty seam allowance. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and trim that. And I'm gonna trim this just a little. All right, I think the rest of it, yeah. Okay. All right, just 1 second. All right, so next you should center all your marks. So on your exterior piece and on your gusset. I have my centers because I had to stitch it together. But on the rounded ends, make sure you have your center marked. So now, and that center goes right in the middle of where your zipper is. Man, that doesn't feel centered, does it? No, it does not. That was way off, Barbie. All right, so put right sides together and clip those ends in place first. And the handle goes on the end where the zipper closes. I suppose it doesn't matter, but that's what she tells you in the pattern, and that's what I'm doing. So center that end on the zipper. Then take your center marks and match those up as well. And then just clip all the way around. I'm curious if she calls this a beginner or an intermediate, because the curves are pretty significant, really. In so much as she tells you to stitch it in a certain way. We'll see. It's actually a good size cosmetic bag, I think. All right, then just go all the way around. Let's see how it clips. If we need to clip our corners at all, we'll see. I don't think so. Not on this first one, anyway. I mean, you could. It probably would be easier, but I don't think I need to. Okay, let's do this other one. This is going to be a pretty short video, so I'm just having you stay with me on all of it, except for I did a little fast forward on some. I think I'll just stay with you on this one. I have to get some more clips. You know, and it's a cosmetic bag, so if you have some puckers, like I'm gonna clip that just a little. I'm gonna clip my gusset just a little right here. Every corner is just a little different. Case in point right here. But I was saying if it's a cosmetic bag, so if you have a few puckers, it's not the end of the world. All right, let's see how this side goes. I'm going to come from the top. This side has the handle, and the handle for me is pretty thick because it's 4 layers of vinyl. So I'll have to be mindful of that when I sew it together. Let me see if you can see what I'm doing. Yeah, see this one? I did not have to clip. Weird. Okay, let's see how this one goes. This would be really cute in a clear vinyl, but I'm sitting here as I'm clipping. I'm thinking, would you just leave it? Obviously, you'd have to leave it raw edge on the inside because it's meant to be see-through, you know? All right, I am gonna clip this gusset. So I'm sitting here thinking, okay, now how would I do that? You'd have raw edges just like you do with any other clear bag. I suppose that'd be fine, you know? I'll try one. Let me finish this one and see how it goes. And then I think I will try a clear. I've kind of gone overboard on buying clear vinyl, so. All right, so let me read through her pattern on this part. Hold on. All right, so she has you sew this topped curve edge first, starting about, half to 3/4 of the way down on both ends, and then do the bottom part. Which is interesting. I mean, she has a flatbed too, so maybe that's why. And you have a pretty good seam allowance, so just keep that in mind. And just go slow. And backstitch good, and then so that's what I have on the top. All right, let's do this other side. Interesting, Jen. I have not ever met Jan. I'm hoping that she will be in Florida, SME, so I can meet her there. Okay, my stilettos kind of got off track just a hair, so let me grab it. I think I've said this before on other videos, but I never knew that I'd be using Kelly's making bags. It's a good thing I saved some. You can see this is from when I was a nurse. I still have my little Velcro on it. Okay, I'm a little stuck there. Hold on. Oh. Over my handle. I was getting stuck over my handle. I didn't go down that far on this other side. I think I will, actually. Alright. Try the other end here. There we go. Okay, let me show you what I've done so far. All right, so that's what I've sewn so far. I started about here. This is my handle side, just below my handle, and went around. And same thing on this side. And now, let me just read here what she says to you. Flip the main panel side facing up. Oh. So the main panel side facing up, and do it this way. Interesting. Okay, let's give it a try. That probably is easier to do. You know, I said this was probably an intermediate pattern. I think, well, let me hold judgment. Just a minute. Not bad. What I was going to say is, this could be a beginner, advanced beginner. You know, I've said this many times, is most of these patterns, anybody can do them if you just go slow. All right, let's get that under there and start on this side. That wasn't really bad at all, honestly. I am just going to peek inside. I think it's pretty good. All right, now we're going to cut our seam allowance in half. I'm going to get my big scissors out. And this is a bound bag, so you just want to make sure that your seam is even for your binding. It's thick. Yeah, I'm using Ottertex plus vinyl. So I'm so glad I didn't do any interfacing. Ooh, I have a little pucker up here at the top. I'm I'm gonna have to fix that. That's not gonna be sufficient for me. Let me fix that. It wasn't really a pucker. It was a, yeah, I guess you could call it pucker. Let me get my zipper out of the way. Ugh. That is terrible, Barbie. I don't know why. I made it worse. Okay. Gosh dang, Barbie. There we go. Alright, let's see what we can do for this. It's right at the top, and I just didn't want to leave it. Well, I think that's as good as it's gonna get. It's right at the top where my zipper is. I'm not sure why. I think it's better. Yeah, it was a big one. There's no way I was gonna leave that. Let me just clean up all those little threads. Let me just see. Yeah, this little thread here, I don't know what that is. That'll be fine once I get it pulled. Okay. All right. So that's what you have right now. This is a pretty good sized bag, really. All right, let's bind it. The binding is not going to be much fun either, really. I'll just say. I'm going to start down here. And I'm going to clip it because I don't know if I have enough binding. Because I just put a bunch of pieces together, as you saw. Let's see. This is where, you know, somebody, I think it was Fabric Therapy, is selling adhesive binding where it's got tape on it already. Or kind of like double-sided tape, but it's binding. That would come in very handy here, actually. I think. You could do the same thing if you wanted to put double-sided tape on your binding. I might have enough. Let's see. I hope so. And just where you're connecting, just make sure that your seam goes the same way on both sides and lays as flat as possible. Yep, I have plenty of binding. Phew. Okay, let me cut it off. We'll see. You know, keep in mind, binding doesn't have to be pretty. All right, let me get all my stuff ready. All right, so I changed my thread to match my binding, just so, you know, in case it doesn't look the best, it's gonna be less noticeable. All right, let's do it. All right, so I missed right there and I missed right there. That's not a big deal. We can fix that. Let's look all the way around here. Yeah, I completely missed it right there. Can you see? I completely missed it. Not a big deal. We can fix it. So you just pick it out and reclip it and hold it a little snugger, and you get it on there. I have quite a bit to pick, so let me hold on. All right, so it's just that one little spot. So I'm just gonna go slow, and I'm gonna start way up here. Yeah, I'm not really sure. Why it missed it. I think maybe was I going too fast? I don't know. But we're fixing it. Let's see what it looks like on the other side though. Oh. Just a tiny little spot there. Maybe at like a 1/4 of an inch you didn't catch. I got it that time. And that's, you know, some of you binder people out there that don't like binding, this is probably why you don't like it. But I will tell you that binding is very forgiving. So I don't know what you can see from there and how that looks. It really doesn't look bad. I mean, I need to go around and burn some threads, but let me do that before I turn it, and then I'll move the camera and we'll turn it. All right, hold on. All right, let's turn it. I don't think it's gonna be bad, but we'll see. Nope, not bad at all. Let's just get all our corners pressed out. It's a cute pattern. Very cute pattern. And Jen at Sincerely Jen is offering it for free, which is a nice little bonus. Okay, I'm just getting all my gusset turned out. It's pretty good. This is a very big cosmetic bag. Look at that. So there's a handle. So it's kind of like a dop kit. Like my husband has a black dop kit that has just a handle on one side. There's the front. There's the gusset. There's the back. There's the other gusset. I probably have a little pushing out to do. And then on the inside, it's huge. I mean, and I don't think you can tell there was any issue with my binding. Can you? If you can, don't tell me. No, just kidding. I mean, I'm not sure what happened over here. It feels like it's not pushed out. No, it is. There it is. What's the name of this pattern? The Banana Hammock Beauty Bag. I'm sorry, I hit the camera. So there you go. You can hold it like that. To open it, grab that end, or you can grab the handle, open it, get what you need, hold the little tab, and close it. I would go try it if I were you. I know it's binding, and I know you could, let me see something, if you could actually turn this rather than bind it, because you've got the gusset. So you could, on the inside, you could leave a long open if you didn't want to do binding. I don't think she talks about that in the pattern, but I don't think she gives you an option for non-binding. The thing she does say about binding is, and why a lot of designers use binding, it gives the bag structure when you turn it. So there you go. Go give it a try. Thanks for watching. Free pattern from Sincerely Jen, the Banana Hammock Beauty Bag. Have a great day. Be sure to click like, subscribe, and comment. All right, guys, I'm gonna make one of these Bahama beauty bags with foam, and I'm gonna try and do a turn or a birthing option. And then on my zipper, I am also going to do the Butler method on one end and the a little zipper tab on the other. Those are, I think, my two changes that I'm going to make. So let's get started. All right, I changed my mind about the birthing method. I just, I don't like how it was coming together. So I'm not doing it. I'm going to just do some binding. I think with the foam, though, this will be much easier. And the fact that I did a zipper tab here, and there's going to be a little hole here. I'm going to undo my zipper where I did the Butler method. So I think not going over zipper tape will make it easier on these corners. We'll see. All right, I'm going to do it all on fast forward. All right, that was so much easier, you guys, by putting a little zipper tab on this end and doing the Butler method on this end. You're not going over the zipper tape and teeth. It's so much easier. And I think my materials help this time. We'll see. All right, and so what I'm going to do this time as well is I'm going to do it the way she talks about in the pattern. Instead of a 1-inch piece, I am going to sew it on right sides together, and then I'm going to flip it. And primarily I'm doing it, normally I probably wouldn't do that, but I decided I'm just going to try it the way she has it and see if it's This way, well, let me just say this. This way you don't have the risk of missing because you're sewing it on twice. I'll show you. So I'm going to do all this part on fast forward, and then when I get to doing the other one, I'll stop and show you what I'm doing. All right, I think I like this better. It looks really good. So now we have to just fold that over and clip it. So let me show you. I'll do a little bit and then I'll show you. I think it ends up looking a little better, but you know, binding is binding. You know, I mean, as long as it doesn't look horrendous, it's fine. So I'm double folding that over, and that's what it looks like. And then I am gonna stitch from this side instead of the other side. And here on the bottom where it connects, I folded one of them over. You know, this is the way we used to do binding when we had used cotton and we had issues with fabric that frayed. Well, now we use, you know, waterproof canvas that doesn't fray for the most part, and so we don't usually do the binding this way. You still can, obviously, because I'm doing it, and that's what she calls for in the pattern, but her pattern's about 4 years old. I think this is not a new pattern. And so this was probably 4 years ago. This was the way to do it. I don't know if I have a preference, really. I guess the preference is just to sew it once. So my preference is probably the other way. All right, let me, so that's how it looks all the way around. I'm gonna do that on fast forward. All right, I'm not gonna lie, that was a bit of a workout for my arm. It looks really good though. And you don't miss anything when you do it. And the reason it was such a workout, I was pulling it to cover the basting stitches underneath. You don't want those showing, so you have to do a little pushing and pulling to cover those. So, all right, let's turn it right side out and see what we got. I did not put my tag on this one. I still could though. I think I will. Let's see. Oh, and this is Theratex. Both of these purples are Theratex. And then the inside is a lightweight waterproof canvas from Indo Love Creations. The Theratex works beautifully, honestly. I don't know, guys. This might be my new favorite way to do it. Oh, I forgot to put my tab on. That's funny. That's okay. Not a big deal. Okay. I like the foam. Gives it a nice squishy feel. You can iron this Theratex, so I will just give it a brief press. I think it was easier. It was easier than my vinyl and Ottertex canvas. Ottertex waterproof canvas, yeah. You get the same, you have that little tab there, and then you have your Butler method here. So you're not running over, when you're sewing it together, you're not running over your teeth. So, and what I did, and I gave you a measurement of the zipper tape, but just measure in 3/4 of an inch on both sides. That's what I did, so that everything would stay out of the seam allowance. Cute, cute, cute. All right, go give it a try. You know, decide which one works best for you. Either one is absolutely perfect and not hard to do. It just takes time. Thanks for watching.